Welcome morning. So I can't believe it's been one whole day. If you watched yesterday, thank God the sugar, alcohols got out of my system and the processed foods. So what I recognized is really interesting. It's something I've suspected for years and years and years, and it's related to food. So a lot of low sugar protein snacks or low sugar chocolate, which is what I had, they use what's called sugar alcohols. Sugar alcohols in terms of calories are counted half of what carbohydrates are. But as a food source, I always suspected that it does some weird stuff to your guts. And it says if you overconsume, it does weird stuff to your guts. But because I'm so sensitive right now, not sensitive like as in everything's dialed in, there's a direct impact on serotonin, which is happy chemicals. So it took like all the way to the evening for it to even come out, but it has a major impact on serotonin. So I believe, and I'm 99% certain, and Andrew was 99% right most of the time, because I don't just say bullshit until it's like been tested for years and years. And I've consumed tons of protein bars and protein snacks over the last 8 years. I believe that it impacts serotonin and makes you more depressed. So if you're to have one or two of these snacks, your gut microbiome gets fucked, and what will happen is you will actually get you'll feel more depressed. And then what happens is when we're depressed, we go, oh, well, maybe I need more food or more snacks that'll make me happy. And it's like this never-ending cycle. Like, I was there yesterday feeling like shit, and I was like, oh, I was mad. You saw me. Like, I was mad. I was like, I wasn't taking personal responsibility for anything. I was mad at my ex for the first time. I was like, what are you doing, Andrew? That is so not you. And I still wanted more of the same thing. I wanted to eat more of that. So that's so insidious. And what society right now, I don't know wherever you are, but protein bars are on the rise, and all of this health sugar alcohols are on the rise because people are like, no sugar. Okay, so we've got these sugar alcohols. So we're getting more depressed as we eat them, and we want to redose, so we end up eating more and overconsume. Another fun fact, for a product to get into a supermarket, it needs to have a really high sell-through rate. What it means is, if you have two items, right? We got Happy Man and we got Rubik's Cube, right? So we only have enough shelf space on a supermarket to have two things, right? And both of these companies is like Happy Man, Rubik's Cube, we're both gonna go here, boom, right? There's two spots, right? And what they do is whichever one sells more means it produces more money for the supermarket, okay? So if I've got Happy Man that sells 10 a day and this one sells 5 a day, well, it's better to put Happy Man 1 and then Happy Man 2 here because it'll sell more than this, and this one gets shot out. Supermarkets only have a limited amount of space, and there is millions of businesses trying to compete food-wise to try get into it. So a supermarket, for the food to enter a supermarket, their number one goal as a food company is to create a redose schedule, like a drug, like incentivize you to buy more, and that's why they put sugar in it. That's why because sugar is extremely addictive. Sugar alcohol is seemingly really super addictive. So what you're basically, when you walk into a supermarket, you are walking into, there's been 1 million people that have created the best food drugs in the world, and the top 1,000 of them the ones that are the best tasting, the ones that you want to buy more and more and more, is the only ones that are on the shelves. And do you know what? For so many people, me included, I used to hate myself because I thought I didn't have the discipline, or I wasn't good enough. I wasn't like the rest of them. Like I was like, oh, but I do want like the chips and I do want that, and I just can't beat it. And why is everyone else able to be healthy and I'm not? Not realizing that I was in pretty good shape already and pretty healthy, or I had a skewed view of what I was compared to everybody else. However, when you realize it's not your fault, these are conglomerate companies trying to build this perfect happy man, perfect packaging, perfect taste, perfect upon entry. Do you know that some ice creams, when you open up the packet, it releases a certain smell which isn't even a part of the ice cream, but it's designed to be like, and smell nice to you, so you want to eat it. And you think it tastes better than it does because it's activated your sense of smell. That's literally what they do. So, really cool thing to get is, if it's in the supermarket and you find that you can't control yourself, it's not you. They've got you. They've got you. They have tested this on millions of people. They've come out to the top and they've got you. So, thank God that's over. But 2, because I had more calories, I was able to, my cortisol kind of went down, my stress hormone went a bit down, even though I was sad and stuff. But I was able to think a little more clearer, and kind of the body kind of leveled itself out. So we're in the final stages of the cut. So here's how I'm doing it. So this is where we're currently at. What I estimate, and this is an estimation, is there's probably 6 to 7 kilos maximum of fat to go. Okay, 6 to 7 kilos of maximum of fat to go. Maximum, 5 probably being the lowest, 7 probably being the highest, roughly. So, I'm about to go home back to my sanctuary, which is going to be great. That's going to be not tomorrow, but the next day. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my last 14-day relatively aggressive cut, where we've upped the calories a tiny bit. We're going to drop them for 14 days. We're going to peel off about 4 kilos-ish. Okay, still not the 5 to 7. And then from there on in, week by week, I'm going to increase the calories for the next week. So we're going to increase the calories by like 500 calories the next week. And because we're going to increase the calories, and we might decrease the movement depending on where we're at, just a little bit, but we're going to decrease the deficit, but there's still going to be a deficit. So I'll lose another kilo or 1.5 kilos that other week. Then I'll increase the calories again, and then I might lose sort of another kilo. And then I'll increase the calories again on the 3rd week, and then we kind of will sort of stabilize-ish. Where a lot of people go wrong, and where I've gone wrong, hugely so, is actually reversing out of your diet, or reversing out of getting, this physique. Now, I'm pretty excited. I look unbelievable to myself in terms of like my muscle size. I reckon I did in the last 2 years probably put on maybe 6 to 7 kilos worth of muscle in the last 2 years. And I've been training really hard, which is exciting for me. I'm excited to any muscle that I have lost over the last 60-ish days to kind of rebuild as well, which will happen when I'm sort of reversing slowly. So I am pretty excited, and to dial in for 14 days, it's just perfect, and then slowly come back out, which means I'm pretty happy now. I'm probably going to be a little more for 14 days, which is fine. And then I'm slowly going to reverse out, and we're going to see what's coming out. So I'm seeing like this last 14 days of a big push, and then we push a bit less, then we push a bit less, then we push a bit less. where most of the industry will go push harder, push harder, push harder, push harder, then you're right at the end, push harder, and then snap, binge, put on, right? My ex, she went into her first bodybuilding competition 1.5 years ago. Different ex. Stuff still happened, like different ex. We're great friends, but different ex. Different ex, not cosmically in love, like we are different people, but there's just like a lot of history built there. And she put on 5 to 6 kilos, 7 kilos straight after the competition because she kind of snapped and then was like, yep, I'll now drink. I'll have all the food that I didn't have. I have all this thing. Instead of you diet down to where you want your body to be, right? And you're happy with that. And then you spend the next month stabilizing it, right? It's the after of stabilizing. Do you want your body forever? Or do you want your body just for a day, for a summer, for a this? And all it is, and it's in the book, you should get the book. All it is psychologically creating this is going to be a permanent shift. So all you're doing is it's just an extra month. And you're going to be hungry, right? So I'm going to be hungry over the next 14 days. Or I'm going to be hungrier over the next 14 days. And then you're like, I've increased the pain. And then I'm like, but the next week I'm going to be less hungry. Oh, okay, that's okay. And then the next week I'm going to be a little less hungry again. And then the next week a little less hungry. And then the fourth week, oh, well, I'm not even hungry. I'm just stable now. Perfect. And I just keep the body that I've got. 99.9999999% of people never do that. We diet down and then we lose it. We diet down, we lose it. We diet down, we lose it. No processed food. I'm not going to do processed food at all. So this was like this little processed food, like I was at my parents' house, even though they're healthy protein bars, other than that, chocolate, no processed food up until reverse. And even then, processed food doesn't really sit anywhere. We're building a diet of pure performance. But when I'm saying processed, like there's, for example, beef jerky bars, which is just like beef, salt, sodium, and like a little bit of stuff that puts it together. So it's a 9 out of 10 health food, but like not a 10 out of 10 because the best is just like an actual steak. But that's not what I'm thinking about now. So for now, the game is really to be plugged into the right now. So I've had a look and I go, what are my danger zones? My danger zones are, I'm going to be sad about my ex. I'm just going to be sad about my ex. I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to be sad. And I'm going to be sad that I love her and she's still not contacting me. That's an issue. My businesses, I'm hiring a bunch of people. So I'm going to be a little more edgier. I might get more anxious. So I've planned sort of the next 2-3 weeks, how that's going to go with their tasks, etc. And just removed anxiety to be like, you know what? It's fine. No matter what happens in the next 3 weeks, it's fine. Put that to the side. I've got the YouTube channel. So the big thing throughout this 14 days, which is probably not the smartest idea, but I think I can do it. The YouTube channel, the first video will be launched and where we're going daily videos. So right now is when I'm actually launching the first video, which is exciting. And that's a new hire, new edits, lots of things. Again, not putting lots of pressure on it, just getting the ball rolling, beginning. So those are my stress points. I've analyzed it. It looks calm. That's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of where I'm at. I am excited. I am excited to immediately start the 14 days the moment I land back at home, because there'll be this like positive, like, I'm back in my own space. And when I'm back in my own space, whatever habit I start with, it's easy, because it's like when you change a pattern, when you go boom, new pattern, new place, whatever pattern, it's easy to generate a new pattern right from the beginning. So you just go boom, generate new pattern, boom, I'm in this new pattern immediately. So I'm in my normal pattern immediately, or I'm in my shred pattern immediately. Well, I'm still losing weight right now, just not at the speed that I was at home over the last 3 days. I get so like, because I'm so committed to rig being number one, any non-maximum effort is like not good enough. But it has been good for me to lower my cortisol, to sleep a bit deeper, to recover a bit better, to also remind myself mood-wise that, okay, this is temporary, that there is an impact of mood on large calorie deficits, like when you're gunning for something. So that's where we're at. I feel better, I feel more energized, more alive compared to yesterday, and literally food was the biggest thing that did that. Processed food and your fuel that you put into your body is just number one. We think it's all this other stuff because our brain, we think we're smart. We're not smart. I'm not smart. Our brain will be like, it's this person, it's that person, it's everything's shit, it's your fuel. Your fuel's shit. If your fuel's good, then you can start working on the next thing, okay, well, my fuel's good. Why am I still feeling like, why am I still, But if your fuel's good, chill out. So that's that. That's where we're at. Thank you for listening today. I'm excited to share this because I still remember when I started the daily YouTube and I was like, I wanted to show you I was in the worst shape of my life. Clearly relationship that really was quite toxic. It wasn't working. I didn't know it at the time. And I was like, and like, we've been through this journey now all the way here. We're now in that low body fat percentage. Muscle is good. Like, I've cried. I've screwed up my back. I cry. Like, I have read books. We're right there. We're right there, but also not creating in my head that we're right there, because otherwise it's creating like this final destination, and there is no final destination. It's like, we're nearly complete on this rig section, and then the rig maintains, and then we move into the next section, but there's no final destination. I'm not creating because if you create so much weight around this final destination, it feels like it slips out of your fingers. So there's no final destination, but in the scheme of when we started, which was like, hey, I'm going to show you what it takes, and then it took a breakdown of a relationship first to actually for me to begin, and now we're here. So I'm personally, for me, excited. And to be honest, I woke up today and like proud of myself, I'm proud of myself that I had choices to make. The breakup, I could have gotten high, I could have drank, I could have watched content, I could have cried, I could have not done anything, I could have ejected, but I experienced all the pain and was still committed to what I wanted to give to other human beings. And I was like a little proud. I was like, look, man, you're right there, you're doing it. It's like, it's nice, you're doing it. You said you were gonna do it, you're doing it. And no matter what, like, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. Family health issues, love of your life, lost, love of your life potentially on drugs and dying, love of your life rejecting you, love of your life trying to restraining order against you, business getting shut down. I had part of my business get sued as well. Like, I'm not sure if I shared that. So everything that could go wrong has gone wrong, ever. And I stood there and I was like, okay, is that all you got? Okay. I'm still gonna show up. I'm still going to show up. No matter what happens, I'm still gonna show up. Feelings don't matter. Well, they do, because I learned to actually feel my feelings as well. Throughout all of that, I've learned to feel my feelings as well. Anyway, I love you so much. Thank you for being here. And I'm saying this like I'm proud of myself, but like, I want to show you the other side of the journey. Like, this is what it takes. Genuinely, if you want to change your life, this is what it takes. Like, genuinely, you've got to be larger than your circumstances. Circumstances happen. And I'm sure that you have millions of excuses of why your circumstances are worse. And I have millions of excuses of why my circumstances are worse. And you can still show up, and this is what it takes to really take on your life and really change your life. Like, really, really change your life. Unapologetically, the raw, the here, the tears, the anguish, the anxiety, the hate, the non-hate, this is what it takes. This is what it takes. I'm so happy to be able to document this for you. And this is just the first step of everything we're going. We're going straight to the stadiums, baby, and we're going to raise the vibration of the planet, and everyone is coming on board. I want you to live the best version of you, whatever that is for you. If you want to create happy men, and that you're super passionate about that, do that. That's awesome. I have an old employee that doesn't work with me. She got really enthused in like building like little miniature houses and miniature things, and like you can see the joy and the happiness. Awesome. Do that. Do more of that. Be you, whoever you are. Forget everything else. Forget everything. All of the other stuff is noise. Do whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. One life. But you're going to have to face yourself. And you're going to have to show up when you're not going to feel like it. I love you. Have the best day. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Last day in Melbourne, visiting my family, and then back to the dojo. Peace.